Viven en un country. Andan en BMW para arriba. Los fines de semana se cogen a las mejores minas. Morfan bien todos los días. El día anterior al partido durmieron tranquilamente en un hotel 5 estrellas y se rascaron la verga durante 24 horas sin hacer nada, jugando al ping-pong y al pool y a la play. Juegan al fútbol todos los días de su vida. Los botines, $6.000, $5.000, no sé cuánto salen, ponele 3.000 mangos, 4.000 mangos, están vendados por un kinesiólogo. Están bien comidos, están bien entrenados. Las medias, que son las que no te cortan la circulación, los pantaloncitos, que son los de los huevos, que no te raspan los huevos, la camiseta te estira la espalda, es la que no transpira, que sale 800 pesos, no sé cuánto sale una camiseta para jugar al fútbol. La pelota es perfecta, perfecta, 120 euros, inflada con un barómetro a 8 bares, la cancha no tiene un solo pozo, el arco tiene 7,20 metros por 2,40. Te aplauden cuando salís a la cancha. La concha de tu madre, no sabés parar una pelota. Le vas a pagar al arco y la tirás a la mierda. Le vas a hacer un pase a tu compañero que está a 1 metro y haces así, se la pasas mal. Hijo de puta, eso me puede pasar a mí con esta panza. No hago.
Big up to everyone that's locked in. Harvey, what the heck is this? Harvey, this is the greatest man on the internet. That's the greatest man on the internet. What he said, he summed up football, well, this kind of football that we're seeing right now, in 5 minutes. Is it 5 minutes? Is where it is. But big up Jalil, big up Shirkes, big up to everyone that's locked in. Jez, how you feeling today?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, it's good stuff we've got to talk about tonight. Yeah, I mean, it's a good start of the season. 3 points, take that with you. Not a great performance, but I'll take the 3 points. Yeah, I see a lot of people telling us negative fans, don't be negative. You know, it's whatever. I'm not negative. I'm just saying it's 3 points at Old Trafford, but it wasn't a great display. Now, is that being negative? I don't think so. I'm being honest. I think it's being realist. I think it's saying 3 points, but it was a crap game. And it was a crap game. Let's be fair. You know, I don't think you can write home and say that was a great display, but you got away with it. I'll take it. You know, sometimes you win dirty. But what is it that you're not allowed to criticise anything now? You know, is that what it's all about now? You can't actually can't criticise the team by saying, well, yeah, it was a shit performance, but we won. It's fair play, isn't it?
That was the worst performance I've seen maybe my entire life. What performance could be worse than that? I mean, 45 minutes, no shots on target, Jez. No, oh, sorry, apart from the goal, obviously. But apart from that, no shots on target, no creativity from open play. We couldn't string 2-3 passes. Zubamendi, non-existent. Rice, non-existent. The whole midfield, Odegaard, non-existent, but we already knew that. I mean, yes, we won, because people are telling us, oh, we win, you lot complain. We lose, you lot complain. But I'm sorry, this kind of football we've been watching, it's been happening for 2.5 years. 2.5 years. This is not 1-0 to the Arsenal. It's not 1-0 to the Arsenal. That's different kind of football. You're talking about a different kind of Arsenal. We're talking about right now, the 2.5 years, this is the shit performances we've been seeing. Do you know how many corners we've scored more than other teams? It's not a problem to have. I mean, it's a good weapon to have, Jez. But if that's your only plan, oh, come on, man. But overall, that performance, what do you think of that? What do you think of that? Give us just like an overview of that.
Well, look, let's be honest. If we're going to be set play merchants, we ain't winning jack shit, right? Because it don't happen every week. You might have a good set play, good set piece setup. Rice, great corner, can't deny it. It was going in anyway. But the thing is, when was the last time that we scored a goal in in actual competition from open play in the Premier League. It's a concern. It's a concern. Now, it wasn't a great display. It wasn't. But we got 3 points at Old Trafford, which is a tough ask. Yeah, we've never, look, even in the glory days, the Wenger days, you know, we didn't walk away many times with 3 points at Old Trafford. Yeah, they're a crap team. Arsenal are a crap team. And it was pretty much, well, it's going to go one way or the other. And we got it on that day. They had more shots than us in the first half. They were the better team in the first half. But we nicked it. We defended just about. I mean, I don't think our defence was great, but we got away with it. We nearly gave away a Saliba penalty, but I'll take it. I'll walk out of there with 3 points in my pocket every day of the week. Thank you very much. But it does show problems. We're not that good. We have a midfield that can't feed our new striker. He was coming looking back for the ball, which I don't like seeing that with any striker. Odegaard had 2 or 3 chances there to thread the ball forward, and he went sideways. Didn't take the quick touch because he could have done. Doesn't always work, but it leaves at least. There's one occasion there, right? Gyökeres is running off the shoulder of their centre back. All Odegaard had to do was just thread the ball between the 2 central defenders, and he'd have latched onto that. I'm not saying he's going to score, but at least it gives him an opportunity. The thing is, he didn't get any of that service, and that's a problem. Because when you've got a midfield that can't give your forward striker great service, that's an issue. And then we have to rely on set pieces. Now, you all know, everybody knows, set pieces don't score you every time. Doesn't happen. So, no, not liking what I'm seeing. But we've got a good game coming up on Saturday. I'm really looking forward to that game. See Leeds United back in the Prem. It'll be a tough game. There's no question. They're going to come asking up questions of Arsenal. And we've got to get out the blocks hard and fast and get an early goal. Because what we don't want is them piling it onto us. Because if they get the early goal, then we're on the back foot. We know what happens when we go on the back foot with Mikel Arteta. It all goes south. And we can't afford to do that, Rachid.
No, 100%, 100%, especially with Leeds. They're going to play a stinky low block, and we know what we do against low blocks. But big up to Shirkes saying, yes, Jez, big up to you. Big up, big up, big up. Fazed saying, LOL. Patel is saying, love the intro, Jez. And Rashid, big up to both of you. Yeah, I do too. I do too. Nav, big up, big up, big up, Nav, big up the boss. Oh, the boss told me, well, the story about the boss, he told me 2 months ago that we're going to get Gyökeres, EZE. I don't think he said Rodrigo, the boss, but I'm hoping that we get Rodrigo. But that's a dream, and we'll talk about that later. Shirkers, I rate the consistency, guys. We have to, man. I will send to my Colombian and Venezuelan friends. Yeah, big up to them, man. Big up to them. You guys are not negative. You guys are more polite. Nah, I'm not reading that. Curtain is chain true. Is this as a hijack true? I think it's true. I'm hoping it's true, and we'll get to that. Gavin's saying it. Hello. Dre is saying no wonder Trossard got the increase in the salary, but not the length of contract with the Havertz knee injury. 100%. I agree with all of that. But EZE Bomba, guys. EZE Bomba. Why did it take so long? Why did we have to get a player injured in order for someone to go out there and move to EZE? And let's be honest, it's not like EZE is wanted by Real Madrid and Barcelona and it's so tough to get him on board. It's us and Tottenham. The guy was going to Tottenham today. In half an hour, Arsenal turned his head. In half an hour. I don't know why it took so long. Look at it now. I heard that we're paying Jezza. I heard that we're paying more than Tottenham. just so you know. But what's your thoughts on this one?
Well, look, there's two schools of thought on this. I just did a stream with Kenny, Ken, and Shane about that. Funny enough, Havertz gets injured, right? This is a conspiracy theory by me, right? Right. Havertz gets injured, probably, and they probably knew about it on Monday after the Man United game. Nothing's been said. It's all kept quiet behind the scenes. And then yesterday, right, we give an extension contract to Trossard, pay him more money as a backup because we need to keep him now, rather than getting him out the door, which was looking like it might happen. We've now kept him to be a backup on the bench, off the bench player. Now, I haven't got a problem with Trossard, I won't lie. I think he can be decent coming off the bench as an impact substitution. He's done it in the past. I haven't got a problem with it. But interesting now. So that's one side of the story, right? So we've got that little pile there. So we've now decided, oh well, we're gonna give Trossard this and we're gonna give him that, and because we now don't none of us know right now, what the level of injury is to Havertz. If it's more surgery, then he's out for 4 months. See you later. We ain't seeing you before Christmas. Don't know that though, do we yet? Just theory. But all of a sudden, in the background, they're sitting there thinking, oh, for fuck's sake, now we've got Havertz out. It's the first game of the season. We've got to sort something out here. Well, who have we got? Oh, well, let's just give let's bung some money at Trossard. Let's give him a little extension, keep him on, make him happy, right? And then we'll move on. Oh no, no, today. Right, come on, let's go in for it. Let's go in for EZE. Let's just do it. Right, Palace, there's the money, right? We'd already agreed personal terms with him a couple of months back, right? We'll step back in. How much you want for him? Job done. We'll see him at London Colney on Friday. Get it over the line. One of the quickest substitutions you'll ever see Arsenal ever do. Is it possible, Rachid? Is that possible? I think it could be done. Because we now know if we've got intent to actually go and do something this season, we need to do the business. Now, because, why do you think? Because Arteta's under massive, massive pressure this season. Arteta knows he's got to deliver. He's got to deliver big. Big. I mean big. Premier League, Champions League. FA Cup, League Cup, ain't gonna rock it. Sorry. Much as I love the FA Cup. I love it. I grew up with it as a kid and I love it. I've been to more FA Cup finals than I can cop me at. But at the end of the day, we need EZE in now. Big up, Natstar. Big up,
Jez. How are you, Godfather?
I'm good, buddy. I'm good.
Nice
so
one.
My liking, mate. My liking, just to finish up so you can bring Natstar in here. Right? I think if this is true, that's been putting out there, right, just go and do it. Don't piss arse about no more. Just say, right, there's the money. It's done. Job done. There you go. You got him. We got him. And he wants this much money a month. Job done. Super. Well done. Move on. Let's get into it. It's easy, really.
Yeah, everybody will forget about Havertz, how we didn't think to get another striker because we had the chance to sign 2 strikers. Why did we have to sign only 1 striker? I mean, you know that Havertz is injury prone right now, and he had a big injury last season. Why would you risk that? But it's not for me to say. Natstar, big up to you, my friend. We're talking about the EZE Bomba. I don't know if you heard about that one, but what's your thoughts on the whole situation, man?
Yeah, big up Rachid, first and foremost, for inviting me on again. Always a pleasure to see you, Jez, as well. Apologies for lateness, but lateness is greatness. You know how I roll in it. So it is what it is. But yeah, with the EZE thing, for me, this has been circling the whole summer. You know what I'm saying? Washing machine, tumble dryer settings, just going round and round and round. It's like we're sitting in front of the fucking thing and just watching it just go round and round and round and round. Exactly. This is what these journalists love. So-called journalists, I have to say. Like, do I think it will happen? Maybe, maybe not. But the truth of the matter is, what we saw against Man United concerns me. It concerns me big time.
I want to talk about that one. Okay.
Yeah, okay, we'll get to that. But you know, so the point I'm making is, to summarize, is that you know, we need other areas. You know, the EZE thing's cool, yeah, you know, like, but are we really going to be that much more creative with the manager that we've got? Like, I don't know. Like, you know, there's not really much else to say other than, yeah, I rate him. Don't get it twisted. I rate the brother, but at the same time, it's just like, you know, he's covering for deficiencies. Now with Havertz being injured, I did see that prior, by the way. But again, we've been knowing he's had the odd injuries here and there. Like even last season, like everyone and their dog has been getting injured. You know, Thomas Partey at one point had the perfect injury record, got injured. You know, Kieran Tierney's injury record was nowhere near as bad as everyone claimed. But at times he still got injured. Zinchenko's was bad. It got worse. Tomiyasu's was bad. It got worse. You know, Calafiore now, like, how long can he stay fit for? Like, it's just the whole, it's just this never-ending, like, circus that we've got going on here, like, just to cover up. Like, whenever there's a new signing, whether there's EZE or is it Rodrigo, whoever it is, covers up deficiencies, like, each and every single time. And it pisses me off, bro. Like I've just had enough of the whole charade. Like, period. It has to end, guys. Like, I'm struggling here. It has to end sooner rather than later. This is not sustainable at all. You know, you can't have a signing every summer, because you know we don't really do much in January anyway, to cover up for deficiencies that we have in the team. And usually it's squad depth, lack of numbers, but also, and for the longest, lack of quality. Lack of quality. You said it, Jez. You said it, Rachid. I'm sure people in the chat, the Guns and the Northsides, etc., big up to each and every one of them. Like, we've all been saying it. It's the lack of quality, not necessarily just the lack of numbers. This is what too many people don't realise. We get EZE in, cool. I'll be happy with that. But even in our financial state now, it's not enough. You know, defensively, mate, look, at the end of the day, like, we need more. And even though there's, like, what, a couple of weeks left till the end of the window, we need more. Like, the EZE thing, it's great, but it's not good enough. Because, again, he's just plugging in holes. Why wasn't this done earlier? The Okores deal could have been done earlier. All these other signings that we've done could have been done earlier. So what's really grinding people? Like, at the end of the day, like, because I'm almost getting to the ends, like, with this bullshit, man. Like, it's really and truly, it's like, where do we really go from here? Like, after EZE, like what happens next? And I'm sure we'll get into, you know, obviously the game and everything else as well. So I'll leave that to you, man. Like,
do you remember the old?
Go on, Jim.
Do you remember the old nursery, right? Right? The little boy Dyke, he sticks his thumb in the dike to stop the leak. Remember that one? His kids? Maybe not. I do. That's how we are at Arsenal. We're plugging holes. Right? Oh, well, so I've got to move my thumb from this hole to that hole, and I've got to stick my thumb in that one and that one and that one. And like, it's like that. We've got no cohesion in the way we can deal with this setup, and that is a problem. And you just summed it up, Natstar. It's been the same old shit now for 3+ years, and it goes on and it goes on and it goes on. But when will it stop? The only time it will stop, gentlemen, is when Arteta's gone. I'm sorry to say that to you. That's how it will stop. because the guy is clueless. He's arrogant, narcissistic, and now he's going to get caught out, boys. I'll tell you now, he's going to get caught out.
100% he's going to get caught out this season. We've all been saying this for a long time. You know my thoughts, gentlemen. I never wanted this guy in the first place. It wasn't even like, with all due respect, like if you gave him a year or two, I could understand that. You know, I wanted Wenger out as an example very quickly. Like after we sold RVP, that's when I was done. It wasn't even after the 8-2, but the 8-2 was the tipping point. Do you know what I'm saying? But with these guys now, it's just like we sign a player after all of this, like, no, it wasn't convincing. It's not great football. But because notice how the likes of Egal, Fan Zone D and all of that, Christian, etc., you know, they're not banging that drum about we're playing great football. They're just talking about results. You know, one step closer to winning trophies.
Yeah.
Hello. Is anyone in there? We've been saying this shit the whole time. I don't care if it's a Simeone or whoever. Bring me a guy in, to win trophies. I don't care about the style of play. I'm not going to claim, you know, that I know more about Arsenal than anyone. I'm not going to disrespect legends, whether I agree with them or not. That doesn't matter. There's a way to do it. But I've been watching Arsenal for a while, nowhere near as long as Jez and Kenny Ken and the others, the OGs, Normski and all of that. Big up Norms. Like, but I get it. Enough. I've seen us win. I've seen us in good times. This is the worst I've ever seen. And Jez, you've mentioned it before. Not trying to put words in your mouth, mate. But like, it's like you've seen some horrible times. Was it like the 70s? You know, parts of the 80s. You know, like you've seen bad times, and even you were like, you know what, this might actually be worse because of the way the club has gone from what it was. And it saddens me. This ain't the club that I supported. I'm talking early noughties, basically 2000, 2001. Apologies.
Look,
yeah,
this is the worst Arsenal manager I've ever seen, right? At least in the early 70s, we had a manager that had won, right? He had won. Bertie Mee. He won a first European trophy, done the double, got to 2 League Cup finals, of which both we lost. Lost to Leeds United, 72 FA Cup final, 1-0, against probably one of the greatest Leeds teams I've ever seen. They were class, absolute class. And you had also Chelsea, great team back then, absolute class team. But again, what happened was we didn't invest. We let players go out the door. Ray Kennedy, players like that, great players. He went to Liverpool, and what did he achieve? Won European bloody cups, FA Cups, league titles. Yeah, and this is what we were doing. Then we move on mid-70s, right, under Terry Neal, ex-Arsenal player, good player for Arsenal. Wasn't brilliant, but he's good, right? 3 FA Cups finals, 1-1. First, our second European trophy final, lost it. But at least we were getting in the finals. Right, we weren't winning them all, but we were getting there. He went out the door. Right, then we went through a few ifs and buts. Then we had George Graham. Greatness. 9 years he was here. And look what he won. Look what he won in that 9 years. And then that all faded down, went down. Then we brought in Wenger. Great, absolutely fantastic. Then that went down again. It's Arsenal's way, man. It's ever since I've been an Arsenal fan, it's always been the way. And we're now in the same story, right, with this fella, Arteta, right? But look, let's be fair. Let's be fair. He's had more money than any other Arsenal manager ever. Even Wenger didn't have this much money.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You telling me Unai Emery with this amount of money wouldn't have won something major? Champions League or Premier League. Right? I don't care what anybody says. He's a better manager. Unai Emery. He's better manager. He left Arsenal, went back. What did he do? He won a European trophy.
One European, yeah.
Fuck me,
Yeah.
come on. This
Thank
guy,
Villarreal.
yeah, Villarreal, come back here with this fella. Yeah, nearly £1 billion spent. Has won nothing. How can people justify that, man? How can people do that?
He's building. He's building, Jez. It
How
takes time. How long? Like Thierry Henry said, how tall is this building? Big up to Thierry Henry, I swear. I love Thierry Henry. The real ones, you know, some legends just, you know, but we're not going to talk about them. We're not going to talk about them. Arteta got no excuses from now. I don't think he will last that long. Yeah, by the end of the season, I think he's sacked. He ain't going to win nothing. After watching what we watched against Man United, not just, okay, you know what? Not Man, scratch that. Against Milan. It's not just against Man United. People are acting like this is the first time we've been playing shit. This is the first time we are. Do you know how many shots Man United had on target? 22. 22, guys.
But we have the best defense in the world, Rachid. That's what they keep telling us. The best defense in the fucking world. Like, my lord. Like, I'm sick and tired of anyone that's spouting that bullshit. I mean,
and
if we really,
and going forward, Nats, yeah, just this, yeah. Going forward, I want to add this to whatever you're gonna say. Going forward, 45 minutes, we had one shot on target, and that was the goal. 45 minutes, one shot on target. Go on.
Yeah, no, it's like set piece, ole, back once again for the Renegade Master and all of that. Best believe that. Like, you know, it's not even 1-0 to the Arsenal that you were singing, Jez, and the rest of the people back in the day. It's not even like that. You mentioned Terry Nil. I swear he got to more finals than this clown, Lego head. Like, do you know what I'm saying? The 22-23 season, was his defining season, but he thought the grass was greener on the other side. He thought it could get better. He's actually got worse. It has actually got worse. It spooked him. We all saw the interview, whatever, GQ, where he's talking about, I contemplated quitting. You should have quit. There's nothing wrong with holding your hands up and like, do you know what? I've done the best that I could. No experience. It's not his fault that he was chosen as Arsenal manager, because we all would have taken it. You know, I think it was 5 mil at the time, whatever, head coach, manager, whatever. Like, we all would have taken that, especially at a club like Arsenal. But at the same time, it's just like, ever since that FA Cup, you thought, and you knew very quickly that gives me a hell of a lot of time. The only problem is you kept binning the cups, including the one that you won, with mainly Wenger's team and a hint of Unai Emery, right? And you were going for leagues and Champions Leagues. All right. But then you've got to win them. And he's won neither. And now we're close to £1 billion spent. The football's getting worse. His management style is getting a lot worse. There's no identity. There's no creativity. No transition, no patterns of play, no idea, no clue. He's brought in Gabriel Heinze, baked beans merchant and all of that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the spicy baked beans merchant. Like, you know, I thought he was our defensive coach. And then I saw on the board when I was watching the Man U game, just like, oh, he's our first team head coach. I was like, what? Really?
Yeah.
Oh my days! Like, this is a circus.
Yeah, I know. It's
Clownland. This is Clownland. And to be honest, like, you know, with the games coming up and everything else, like going on towards the end of the season, I don't see this guy lasting. I'll be amazed if he lasts till the end of the season. I really do, because trust me, teams are going to get better, and they don't need to get miles better. Man United just didn't have a proper out-and-out striker. They didn't start. They didn't start Šeško, and their manager is Pony as well. It's a toss-up between him or Arteta in terms of who's worse. But we saw two shocking managers. We've been seeing two shocking managers for the past few years, our defence is falling away. There's players that don't want to be there. There's players that are getting new contracts, rewarding mediocrity, you know, once again. Like, it's an absolute disgrace. It's an absolute fucking disgrace.
Yeah, but Nats, you saw a manager, Amorim, that's in phase 2. You're looking at a manager that's in phase 6. 1 billion spent. How long are we gonna wait for this bullshit? Do you know what I'm saying? How long are we gonna wait for you to deliver? How long? The thing is that he doesn't even learn from his mistakes. When I go into a new job, I make mistakes at first, like everybody else, right? But then I learn not to do the mistake again. That's the whole point of experience, right? But I don't see this manager learning. It's the same mistakes every season. It's the same way. Him just buying Norgard in that midfield tells you that nothing changed. Nothing changed. After him saying that we have a big creativity problem at the end of the season, the last press conference that he done, he was like, oh yeah, we have a big creativity problem. Don't worry, we're going to be, you know, looking at that, me and Bert, blah, blah, blah. And then goosebumps. Anyone got goosebumps? Anyone got goosebumps? Come on, bro. The only goosebumps I'm having right now is being scared every time they attack. Did you see this? The way they were opening up our midfield, the way the one-touch football, right, Jezza? The one-touch football. Cunha and what's his name? Mbeumo.
Yeah,
they ripped us apart. They ripped us apart. Oh my days! If it wasn't for, I mean, that header, the keeper. If it wasn't for a bit of luck, that should have been a 1-1. And I wanted to ask, do you think it was a penalty, Jez, that one, the Saliba tackle? Did you watch it again?
Yeah, I do, mate. I think it was a penalty. I think we got lucky there, to be honest with you. He went and he took him out. There's no question about that. We got away with that one, which you do sometimes, and other days you don't. But you're quite right. I called it, and I've been calling it now for way too long. Our midfield gets split open like a tin can, way too much. And let's be honest, this is against a pretty average Man United team. They weren't great, but our midfield is majorly lacking. I said at the start of the season, guys, go for 4-4-2 because it will strengthen our midfield. Right, we get caught out last year. They targeted our left side, right? Other teams in general, because that's our weakest link. And managers know it. And they'll go down that left flank or their right flank and they'll pull us apart. Liverpool did it. Man City did it away. At home, Man City, when we beat them 5-1 was shit, which was a great result. But we didn't win anything. Everybody reverts to that one, right? They revert. Oh, we beat Man City 5-1. Okay, brilliant. Bloody marvellous. What do we win then? I loved it. I was gassing it up. I want to see us pummel Man City. But what did we win? Nothing. Right? Yeah. You were saying that's one of the worst shows you've ever seen of Arsenal.
Yeah.
Well, I would disagree with you on that and say, well, the FA Cup third round at Nottingham Forest, Arsenal were absolutely appalling 3 years ago.
So.
Absolutely appalling. Didn't even have a shot on goal against Nottingham Forest. Now, Nottingham Forest are not a shabby side, but they took us to fucking cleaners, man. And we've come up against this week, guys, newly promoted Leeds United. They're not going to be a rocking over team. They're going to be up for it. They're going to be right up for this. Yeah. Following week away, we've got Liverpool. God help us. Oh. We play like that at Man United against Liverpool, right? It's going to be embarrassing. And yet people still keep gassing up this manager. For what? What? I mean, look, tell me, what am I missing here, boys? Right? I've been watching Arsenal for 57 bloody years. What am I missing here? Because I'm obviously missing something about this manager that I don't know. There must be something because all these people keep telling me, "Oh, Jez, you're negative. You don't know about Arsenal. Well, you're not a true fan. You're a fake fan." Well, tell me what is there positive be about them with this manager? Because I can't see it, gentlemen. Somebody out there in this world, please tell me. I'd love to know the answer because I can't see it myself. And I just find it laughable. I do. I laugh at these people. Last night, I was watching Dan Potts' show.
Yeah, same here.
Jesus Christ Almighty! two people on there. What world are they in? I must be the parallel.
Even Stricto, man. Stricto even said it himself. He's coping, innit? But it's just like, why can't you just say, look, I want to back the team, blah, 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 blah. But this manager has done more than enough in terms of questionable shit. Yeah. Mm-hmm. This guy's under the microscope big time this season. Yeah. With all the decisions, he's had everything his own way. Other than Gyökeres, he's had everything that he's needed, wanted, whatever. Yeah. And whether it's Robbie or whoever the fuck else, they're saying, okay, well, if we don't win something this season, then he has to go. But I don't believe them. This is a cult, bro. Guns was on point. This is a cult. No other, Wenger never got this protection. No other manager in history, anywhere on the planet, at any point in time of human history, I'll take it that far, I don't give a shit, has ever had this much protection. There are warlords that don't get this much protection compared to Arteta. I'm not even joking. I would love to say that I'm joking, but it's not. This is like Napoleon and Mugabe, like all rolled into one spliff. You know, it's a madness. It's a clusterfuck of just time after time after time after time. Lego head, yeah? Like all of, like, again, I understand why fans get bamboozled. If it was like for a year or two, I could understand it. Like the way he speaks, even with his accent, is perfect English. At times it's better than mine. I'm not going to front. Yeah. But at some point, you got to sit down and be like, you know what, this is bullshit. You know what it's like? Was it Men in Black in it? You know, we have a poor result or we win, ironically, like we did against shocking performance, You know, we're sitting like that's a joke. And even top gooners are like, well, it's not great. We didn't play well, but we got the result, blah, 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 blah. And as soon as Arteta speaks, whether it's post-match or the press conference, presses the button, and especially top gooners, this is what they do. It's like, oh, you know what? That wasn't that bad at all, was it? That was great. That was good. I want more. Give us more. That's what they are. Give us more. Yeah. And all of this, you know, bollocks. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm tired of it. At some point, you have to call a spade a spade. You know, an apple is an apple, an orange is an orange. An orange is not a banana. Banana is not an orange or a grapefruit or a pineapple. Do you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. This manager was never good enough. I'm not even going to say he's a B-Tech, what's his name? Brendan Rodgers. Because that's a disgrace to Brendan Rodgers. He won the FA Cup with Leicester against a Chelsea that were going on to win the Champions League and shit. Arteta will never do that. You know what I'm saying? It is an absolute certifiably fact that it's a goddamn cult because these fans cannot criticize this manager even respectfully. There's always an excuse. There's always shifting the goalposts, changing the narratives, being condescending, especially to club legends. Like I mentioned earlier, if you disagree with Tony Adams, that's your opinion, fine. But don't be talking this shit, oh, he was out of order, oh, he's way out of line, oh, you can't speak to Mikel Arteta like that. Why not? Is this North Korea all of a sudden? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Are we living under a dictatorship? Because I don't see it. I don't hear it. You know what I'm saying? This has gone far enough. And you know my thoughts, guys. Like, I think he's out by Christmas because the truth of the matter is that all of these other teams, including Leeds, not only do they have a point to prove, but we are going to get massively exposed. And Man United already did that without even scoring, with 22 shots on goal, rather. Yeah? Imagine Liverpool, Man City, not even them, the likes of Newcastle, Aston Villa, Chelsea, Sunderland already scored 3. Granted, it's a poor West Ham. You know, Leeds will be up for that game. I said, don't be surprised if we draw against Leeds because the performances ain't getting better. His time is done. No more PR. No more excuses. You can bring out your teacher's pet, Wodegaard, all you like. The masquerade is up. It's done. You're done out here. It's over. And I think, at least in my opinion, personally, the reason why the likes of Ethan and now Trossard have signed new contracts, probably because they know that Arteta's out the door sooner than we probably think, because the performances ain't getting better and the results will follow. And we've got tough fixtures. You know, we've got Forest after Liverpool. You know what I'm saying? We've got Man City. You know what I'm saying? Other than maybe West Ham, and even then, we struggled against them last season. You know what I'm saying? So we don't have any easy games anymore. And that's the bottom line, ultimately, period.
No, 100%, man. 100%. Big up Northside for the raid, by the way. Big up Northside for the raid. And you summed it all up, bro. You summed it all up. But like I said, there's always, they know how to spin stuff. So when you were talking about Tony Adams, they'll be like, oh no, he affected the team's harmony. He affected Arsenal just started. He should have said it at a different time. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what they'll tell you. I can tell you, I can be a top gooner. It's so easy to be a top gooner, yeah? Just spin anything you see, spin it into our favor, like the EZE one, They'll be like, see, the team are moving proactive. They saw a problem, Havertz is injured, they went out and bought EZE. Even though EZE is, you get what I'm trying to say? It's his job. It's his job. Do your job.
Do your job. Do your job.
Big up Roy Keane, man. Minimum a domestic cup double. That's mad. That's mad. That's impossible. But like, I understand where you're coming from. It's a bit too late for that. Do you know what I'm saying? I think it's now. I mean, the money that you spent is a Champions League kind of money. It's a Premier League kind of money.
Sorry, Rachid, just very quickly before you go on. Let's say we win the League Cup and FA Cup by May, right? After £1 billion spent, so that's 3 trophies. We're not counting the Community Shields because we know what that is. It's a glorified friendly. It's played under friendly rules. That's a fact. That can be proven. So he wins 3 trophies after 6-7 years after spending £1 billion. Can anyone honestly tell me with a straight face that that's acceptable? Not even a gal can say that. Not really. You know, if he's honest. So, yeah, there's only so much you can be shameless at this point anyway, because he even mentioned about the trophy drought, innit? Like Wenger had a 9-year trophy drought. Well, what are we on? Year 6 or year 7? Season 7 of Arteta?
Yeah. It's phase 7.
It's
phase 7.
Not too far away. If he stays another 3 years, he'll equal him. And surpass it as well if he carries on this way. So it is what it is.
Wow, man. Phase 7 already. You know, the time flies. I think he gets sacked this season. Yep, 100%. We all believe in that. I think we all believe in that. What's good, Monty? What's good, my bro? Thanks for subbing. I think you just subbed. Arsenal convinced EZE prefers to join them over Tottenham. 60 million. Look at this one. Jez. 60 million pounds. What's the difference in paying this 60 million pounds now, or we could have paid it earlier on this season? Like, why did we waste all this time? He's missed preseason now. He missed everything now. He could have bought EZE. EZE wanted to come back to Arsenal. Let's be real. He grew up an Arsenal player. And I'm sure that he supports Arsenal. I'm sure. So why wait until now? Why is it always like this with Arsenal? We always wait till the last minute and then we're active, and then obviously now you got to pay over the odds, right? You got Tottenham, because if you don't pay over the odds, you got Tottenham, they can take the player. But earlier on this summer, Tottenham had Maddison until Maddison got injured, and then they went out to get EZE. So things turn in football. This is how football works. But what's all this bullshit about, Jez? They didn't have that 60 million to spend on him a month ago.
They had 54 odd million to spend on Madueke, and that was done in a week. That deal was done like that.
Another Chelsea player as well, yeah.
Yeah, that was done like in a blink of an eye. But we pontificate all the time with other clubs as this, look, this deal could have been done 6 weeks ago, 8 weeks ago, no problem at all. Just say, right, we want EZE. What's your asking price? Don't forget, at the time there was a release clause. We could have said, right, we'll trigger that, we'll do that, and Arsenal had agreed personal terms, but we kept piss-arsing about the money, terms of the money, whatever else goes in with that, and it all fell apart because we always long it out. We've done it so many times with players, but when it comes to buying Chelsea rejects, done.
Just like that.
They'll do it over a fag break. Yeah. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Right. Okay. Well, I've got a fag packet here. Here's the deal. Right. There you go. Shake hands. Job done.
Call him up.
Yeah.
And
when it comes to a player that we really need in EZE last year, Elise didn't do it because we just piss arse about. And after trouble, right, is the fact we've got a shit manager. Now, point of this interest here right now, after that Man United game, did you see Arteta go and put his arm around Sesko? Give him a big hug, all right, mate, pat on the back and all that. That is, I think, so fucking disrespectful to the likes of the players we've just brought in. That just shows the petulance and the arrogance of this manager. Personally, how Arteta has not had a punch in the mouth from one of the players, now they're disciplinary, I've no idea. I really don't, because he disrespects players. Like we just bought in Grokeres, right? You started him. He didn't have a great game. I didn't see you going up to him as he came off, Arteta, giving him a big hug and saying, well done, mate, good start. It'll be okay. You'll settle in. It'll be good. It'll probably take you 3 or 4 games, 5, 6 games. Doesn't matter. But you'll be okay. You'll be good. Good to have you here. He didn't do that. They touched hands and Grokeres fucked off into the seats. After the game, Arteta goes on the pitch. Sesko, big arm around him, pats him on the back. What's that about? What's that saying to the other players? What is that message? Oh, well, if I was Grokeres, I'd be thinking, hang about, what the fuck have I come to Arsenal for? This manager clearly likes this fella better than me. What's that saying, your mindset of like, okay, thanks very much then. You know what I mean? It's bullshit, man. Absolute bullshit.
Oh, 100%,
he has to play him now. That's the funny thing. The irony of all of this, guys, is he has to play him now because Havertz is injured. So even if he was thinking of starting Havertz against Leeds on Saturday, he has to play him and he has to stick with him because Jesus ain't ready yet. You know, he's not going to play Martinelli up front because if he was going to do it, he would have already done it by now, consistently.
Moreno, what if he plays Moreno?
Yeah. Hey, look, and you know what? I remember. You remember when I've said this before, Rachid? Yeah, we got Calafiore. He's another striker. I've been saying it. He is a forward. He's not a defender. He's another striker option. Marino. So really and truly, if it's not Marino, then it's Calafiore. But the only reason why I won't do that with Calafiore is because left back, And I've been saying this for the longest in chats, whatever. I've said it on my videos, my shows, that ever since we let Kieran Tierney go, that should have been one of the first positions that needed to be replacing a proper left back. We got that in Timber. Ben White is, for all intents and purposes, finished because of the amount of surgeries that he's had, you know, the injuries, and Timber's still trying to recover as well. We've got no one at left back because you don't trust Zinchenko. Zinchenko's already LARPing, you know, talking about, oh, his missus looks at him and she can tell, whatever, blah, blah, blah. You know, why don't you shut the fuck up and be happy that you're nicking a living, like fucking nicking a living guard, innit? 150k, 240k, whatever it is, yeah? And sit your ass on the bench because you had your time. Granted, you're not a left back. You couldn't deliver. You couldn't take that opportunity like Lewis Skelly has. And even he's going to get exposed this season as well. So really and truly, we have no left back. Never mind the issues up front or on the left or on the right and in midfield. We've got no left back, guys. We've got no left back, not even an out-and-out left back. We don't even have a competent left back because Lewis Skelly was just there last season, just, you know, in that position, just doing the job. Oh, remember that, guys? Oh, but he can do a job. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he can
doing
do a
the
job
and all of that. And, you know, what is it going to take? Are we going to have another string of injuries? A few major injuries again, like we did last season, but a bit earlier this time?
Guaranteed.
Like, what is it going to take for people to wake up and understand that we are in the shit and your Lord and Saviour, Arteta, aka Lego Head, is done out here? Even if he takes the cups more seriously, you know, it might actually end up being the League Cup because he got to the semi-final last season. He's been to a semi-final prior, but still hasn't won it. The FA Cup, it was one and done. And the league, he's been trying to go for ages. But you got Man City, you got Liverpool. You know, Chelsea will be in and around and amongst it. Like, you know, Tottenham, who knows? At least they got a trophy from their point of view. I hate to see it. I didn't even watch them lift the fucking Europa League. That's how much it hurts. But it don't hurt the likes of Igal. It don't hurt the likes of Christian or Stricto or Famzone D. None of them fuckers. That's the point. It doesn't even hurt Arteta anymore. Because when you're on £15 million a year and you've been winging it, scamming your way to an easy fucking life, yeah, there is no substance. There's no fulfillment. If you honestly believe, people in the chat, yeah, you guys, if any of you think that Arteta's not going to sit down at one point when he gets potted, because he will get potted at some point, sits in his chair, in his hammock or whatever the fuck he's got in his gaff, yeah, and he's looking around and it's like, you know what? I don't have any regrets. I made a lot of money. I competed. Yeah, I did well. Wasn't the best player or whatever. Well, he's not going to think that, but you get what I'm saying. You know, I was a good enough player. You're seriously mistaken. He's going to have more regrets than Wenger because at least Wenger won. At least Wenger had one of the best teams that we've ever had. At least he got to a Champions League final. After that, he probably should have either gone or been on his way out anyway. But we all know what happened with that. Arteta, yeah, after this job is finished. There's nowhere else he can go. I've been saying this, clip this, whatever. He will be on TalkSport/Sky Sports in the next few years once he gets potted. Trust me. Trust me. He's not getting another job. He's too arrogant to be managing a Sunderland or a Aston Villa or a Newcastle or any other team around Europe and the rest of the world because he sees them as beneath him. No top club's going to bring him in as head coach or manager or whatever. He knows this is the final straw. He's clinging on for dear life. But just like the Titanic, Leo Arteta settings, yeah, he's going to drift away in the icy cold water on that fucking plank of wood.
Yeah. And what's her name, Rose? Who's Rose? The Top Gooners.
Arteta, you name it, Rachid. You name it. It's going to happen. Whether it's by the end of this year, Christmas, the end of this season. Well, we know he's not going to last another season because, like, trust me, that whole
I
top
think the
five,
end of the season. I think that's more realistic.
forget about it. Like,
I
he's
don't
done.
think he'll get sacked by Christmas. I don't know. Jez, you think he'll get sacked by Christmas?
No. I think he's going to long it out. Unless it's the worst season ever, then no, he won't. He'll long it out. Don't you worry about that. Arsenal will long it out because either way, if they bin him at Christmas, they've still got to pay him off. So I think it will be more likely they'll just go with it, and end of the season they won't renew his contract. He'll go gracefully, if you want to call it going gracefully. I can't see it, mate, to be honest. Unless Arsenal by Christmas are sitting somewhere like, say, 14th, 15th, which won't happen, let's be honest. I don't think that'll ever happen. I can't see it, mate, sadly. It'll be another long journey of pain for us fans. And then it will be a case of we'll see you at the end of the season. And right now, let's put it this way. Statement of intent, right? If Arsenal have another shit season, end up 4th, 5th, right? And Arsenal give him another year. Dear God Almighty. I think it will come a point, guys, right? If we're having a bad season, it will be the fans that turn eventually. Once the fans start to turn, then you've got a problem. Because then if the fans start booing the team, start booing the manager, then people sit up and listen and say, no, it's time to walk now. But we'll let you go gracefully. I don't know why. Because he doesn't deserve to go gracefully, in my opinion. Personally, I'd bin him in the most embarrassing way possible and let him go. But I don't think it'll happen, Nat Star. Sorry, mate. I don't think it'll happen.
Yeah,
look, I hear it. I hear it. But like at the end of the day, like the only way he stays from Arsenal's point of view in terms of like the board and the ownership is if we get Champions League. Like I think for me, even if we get like 6th, 7th, 8th, at least let's just say, argument's sake, end of the season, if we finish 6th or we finish 7th, we finish 8th, like he done before, right? I think he will go at the very latest the end of the season because we need Champions League football with the wages that we've got, right? And I'm just for a second looking at it from their perspective. That wage bill is super high still. We've not done enough to bring it down. We haven't sold anyone really. You know, we're relying on loans with an option to buy or whatever, or not even that. You know, our wage bill is still absolutely ridiculous. I can't wait for Copology to update the wages across the board in the Premier League, and that will include Arsenal. Yeah. Because they still believe that Madueke is on 50 grand a week. That we put him on 50 grand a week. I reckon he's on 150, and Kepa's on 100. Gyökeres will be on 200, but we expect that. I'm not against that personally. But other than him, the rest of the players should be nowhere near that money. But we know Madueke's on more than 6 figures a week.
6 players on over 185,000 a week.
Oh,
yeah.
What kind of players are we
if we
talking
don't get
about?
Champions League, trust me, they'll have to make that tough decision. But even if the fans are not even just rioting, but even if there's unrest at the Emirates, we finish 6th, 7th, or 8th. Let's just say 6th for argument's sake. We get Europa League, then Champions League wages with not even Europa League players for the most part. They'll have to make that decision. They'll have to because they can't rely on this PR and the.
What if he wins a cup? Do you think if he wins a cup, he'll stay?
No, not if we finish 6th. Not if we finish 6th. if we finish 5th and he wins the League Cup and or the FA Cup, he'll stay because it's Champions League football. You get the Champions League revenue, and from their point of view, we know the Cronkies, you know, Josh and the rest of the Arsenal board for sure. Jez, you know better than I do. The Arsenal board are they're absolute see you next Tuesdays, mate. Do you know what I'm saying? They only care about dividends. They only care about lining their pockets and all their other boys' and girls' pockets, jobs for the boys FC and all of that. That's all they care about. That's all they care about. We finish 5th, whether we win something or not, throughout this season, consistently enough, then I agree with you guys, he will stay. I just have a feeling that not only the performances are going to get worse, I know they're going to get worse, but the results will get worse. Because if you don't perform, you have to get the results. But the performances alone is not enough at this point. Arteta knows that. The players know that. The board knows it. And Josh definitely knows that. So buckle up, people. We'll see how this pans out. But for me personally, I just think the results they're gonna go down. They won't plummet right away, but I reckon after October, so after like the international break and all that, it will start to get a bit worse in terms of the results, not just performances. And you're gonna see Madueke, like we already saw it. 30 minutes for me was like the worst.
Wait. But the first 6 games, you know what kind of first 6 games we have.
Yeah.
Don't you think the start's going to be worse than after that? Because I feel like from West Ham and onwards, that's when we'll start winning a couple of games. But what are we going to do against Liverpool and City? And I mean, you saw Man United, they split us open like do you know what I'm saying? Like, you know who? I'll be real. Yes, exactly. Yeah.
The is, in my opinion, sorry to interrupt you. This is going to be interesting, right? If he does get binned off at some point, and he will go. All managers go at some point, right? That's football. He will either go himself, or the club will say, "No, come on, mate, enough is enough now." Personally, I think he's got a directive now. We don't know it. None of us know it. But I personally think the club have probably said to him, "You've got to win something big now." This Berta guy, he's no mug. And he's probably said to the board, interesting, what's going on. He's reporting back to Josh Kroenke. Josh Kroenke's taking interest. And I wouldn't be at all surprised. The board has said, "You've got to win big now. The amount of money you've had, it's time to step up to the game." Because at the end of the day, you cannot continually feed a failure. And it's failure. It's failure. But it's, in your chat, Peter, what I said, how are you talking about Arteta's fate? Weird. This club is moving forward and you're debating the future of a wonderful manager. Other clubs will sign Arteta up in a heartbeat. Well, obviously, mate, you don't know anything about football, do you? Because the guy's a clown. And the thing is,
wow,
when he does get sacked or he leaves, right, I hope the likes of D, Christian, Egal, Peter, sitting here in your chat, fuck off with him. Go on. If he's going to get signed up, Peter, by any club that's in the world, he's going to sign him like a heartbeat. Really? Name me which club would sign him. Peter, come back to me, Peter. Tell me which club will sign him.
And if there is a club, Jez, will he accept it? Because like I mentioned before, if a West Ham come in for him, you think he's going to accept that?
No.
I'll put my life on him, that he won't. This is what I'm saying. Peter, whoever else thinks like that, and there's plenty, at least online anyway, but Guns has mentioned it before, like the real fans over season here, we know. They know what this manager is, like that he ain't it.
Look, I guarantee you, this Peter was about 14, right? Never watched Arsenal, never been to a game, which doesn't matter because there's a lot of people out there who actually know football and know Arsenal And because of, for whatever reason, they're in a different part of the world financially, doesn't matter. But when you get these muppets like this fella, right? Peter, tell me which club is going to sign him. Tell me. Tell me which world-class club is going to sign Arteta. Now, let's put the facts on the table here, gentlemen. All of us in life at some point have got a CV. Whether you're a road sweeper, whether you're a doctor, whether you're a civil engineer, whatever you do in your life, you have a CV. And that CV tells somebody what you've achieved in your life, in your career. Right? It tells you, you've been good, you've been average, or you failed. Now, no employer can give you a failure. It's not allowed. But being in football, it's so public. You're being watched every day of the week, every weekend, every game. So if you fail as a manager at a big club and you don't do anything, what would incite another top club to employ you? Well, they're not going to, are they? Because you failed. So why would a club, Peter, like Real Madrid, Barcelona, Man City, want to employ a failure when they've already got proven managers or managers that they can get in that are winners? So this is where you cut people like Peter down, because they have no knowledge of football. They have no knowledge of world life at the end of the day. I mean, he's coming out of the bullshit statement again here, isn't he? A manager that changed the poor state of the club. It wasn't that bad, man. Made our defence great. Really? Wasn't that great on Saturday, was it? On Sunday, was it? We started competing with big teams. What's big teams? We've not been beaten in how many games? We haven't been second consistently. Whippy fucking do. Coming second. Wow. That's absolute class, isn't it? Absolute class. Coming second and winning fuck all. The people are a problem. They are the problem why we've still got this manager. Because they gas him up about how good he is when he's absolutely crap. At the end of the day, Peter, go and watch rugby, fella, because you don't know fuck all about football, right? You don't appreciate proper managers. Yeah, because you're talking bollocks, mate. Yeah, we have.
Says they won't take someone that does watch rugby. They won't take you. They won't. They won't. Not with that mindset. Because I support, just very quickly, I support Bath Rugby. We won 3 trophies last season. Done a treble. What phase of Bath Rugby in? And I've supported Bath pretty much the same amount of time that I've supported Arsenal. I used to play rugby as well. So this whole thing of like, oh yeah, rugby or any other team sport, cricket. I'm not a fan of cricket at all, but I know people that have played it. You know, it doesn't matter what team sport it is. And we're not even getting into the individual. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, there has to be a point where it's about winning and performing to a high enough level, at the elite level, to win. These fuckers think that Arteta's going to just frolic out of London Colney gracefully. It's not going to happen. When this clown leaves, when he gets potted, and he will get potted, he won't be frog marched out of Colney like David Dean was, like he fucking should, but he will be given something similar to what they did with Arsene Wenger. Either leave under mutual consent, or we're going to tell the whole world that you got sacked, that you got potted. Either way, whenever that is, whether it's by Christmas, which I still think, and don't get me wrong, I could be wrong. I don't want to be, but
Tough,
for the sake of this football club. But even if it's the end of this season, whenever that happens, that's how it's going to go down. And with Berta here, that will definitely be the case. If Berta wasn't here, then maybe Arteta could leave gracefully. Maybe there's a high enough chance. But now, and all the shit that he said and done in press conferences, you know, pre-post match interviews and all of that, you know, I haven't forgotten what he said after Newcastle. What was it, a couple of seasons ago? Now, a couple of seasons ago, 23-24, when we lost 1-0. Remember that one? Timeless now. It's embarrassing. It's a disgrace. Do you know what I'm saying? That is the legacy of your manager, your Lord and Savior, whining and bitching about one goal. But how many games have we won, including Man United just recently, 1-0, and either not played that well, or in this case, played shit, scammed a win? You know, this is nothing new. This is nothing new. Fans like that, among the rest of the other culprits, the sad reality is, Jez, to be honest, most of them will still be here. And the problem with them still being here is that whoever we bring in next, whenever that may be, they won't back him. They won't give him time. They won't give him processes and, you know, all these lists of excuses and reasons. They won't do it, Jez. We know this. The chat knows this. Everyone knows this.
That shows you they're not real fans, right? I mean, this clown, you know, he's going on about, oh, well, Mourinho and Conte failed. Okay. Did they? What has Conte and what has Mourinho won? Mourinho won, right? Yeah. Mourinho won 3 Premiers and a European title, a European Cup, FA Cup, League Cup. Conte, numerous European trophies, league trophies, right? So how dare you try and compare Arteta to them? You're an idiot. You're an idiot. I mean, at the end of the day, you are comparing with serial winners. All right, now they've moved on. Different game now. But look at what they've done. And you're comparing it to fucking Arteta. He's won nothing, an FA Cup. And then tries to claim two Community Shields as trophies. I reckon he was serious about that, boys.
He was.
He was serious about that.
He was serious about that one.
Seriously?
He wasn't joking. He was back to a corner, Jez. If you remember, he was under a lot of pressure. So he had to say something that would, do you know what I'm saying, cool the fans down, cool Peter down in this. Do you know what I'm saying? Cool Peter down, where everybody will be like, oh, okay, 3 trophies, 5 years. Okay, he's doing all right. So he's good at spinning. You know how Arteta is. He knows how to spin. He knows what to say. But saying what Peter said, do you know what the difference is, Peter? When those teams brought Mourinho and Conte to their club, and I know you're talking about Tottenham. He's talking about their time at Tottenham because they won after that and they won before that. So he's talking about Tottenham. First of all, Tottenham is a losing club. You're trying to turn us into one. But second of all, at least Tottenham showed some type of, do you know what I'm saying? Some type of, they wanted to win. Do you know what I'm saying? They wanted to win. They showed the world that they can go out there and bring a manager with CV. So they did try. The problem is with Arsenal, we don't try. If we tell them get us, for example, if you tell them we get us Rodrigo, oh, he won't come to Arsenal. Do you know what I'm saying? This is just a player. If you tell him Zinedine Zidane, oh, he doesn't want to come to England. Every time you say anybody with a CV, do you know what I'm saying, to come to this club and show them how it's done, that's something Tottenham showed us how to do. How can Tottenham go out there and bring Mourinho and Conte to their club and we can't? How come we can't go out there and bring someone with a CV? Why was you happy when Berta came here? Because he has a CV. That's why you was happy. And going back to the other thing where you said we're beating the big teams, is that a trophy? But that's not a trophy though. That's not a trophy that you beating big teams or not losing to big teams. Because if we count the points tally from the big 6 you're talking about, Liverpool come first. Okay, Liverpool come first. And going back to the defense, yes, he made the defense great, but the attack is shit. So what are we really doing here, Peter, man? Like, come on, man. You got to let.
Was our defense great on Sunday? I don't think so.
Exactly. Yeah. He's talking about when we had Jez. He's talking about when we had Holding and what's his name, Kolasinac and David Luiz. He's talking about them times. I think.
Remember Mustafi and was it Koscielny?
Oh
Kostafi.
shit!
Remember Kostafi times, innit? Yeah, they were gassing that up. Was it 22 or 23?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, Kostafi. These people think we have short memory. It was a little bit, it's 5-6 years ago, granted, but I don't forget. But they want to conveniently forget because it's about next year. It's about next year. Well, next year, I'll be amazed if this manager's still here. And I would love it. Kevin Keegan settings, I would absolutely love it.
Love it. Lovely.
But what did he do with Atletico? I'll tell you what he did with Atletico Madrid. He won a couple of league titles against the two biggest teams, not just in Spain, but in world fucking football. He won them a European trophy by knocking us out, by the way. Granted, it was under Wenger right at the very end. Still had to do it. And I reckon if we beat Atletico, we would have beaten Marseille. I reckon, at least in my opinion. Could have been wrong at the time.
Yeah.
If that ever happened.
Yeah, we would have beaten Marseille. We would have beaten Marseille.
Yeah. And with Wenger there as well, I would have had even more faith at that time. But it didn't happen, innit? Because Diego knew what he was doing then. And even now, playing better football, he's not really winning anything. Which tells me that even with the CV, he needs a fresh start. Why don't we get him in? Imagine Zinchenko or Madueke, Noni. I call him Noddy. Remember Noddy? Noddy in his red clown car, innit, with his clown fucking shoes. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's imagine them playing under Diego Simeone. He will chuck them out of London. Never mind Colney. He'll chuck them out of London. Soon enough, soon come. This is what this club is dying for, a Diego Simeone. And I'm not hearing this, but he plays negative football. What have we been seeing for the past couple of years and even before the 22-23 season? We were playing shocking football.
Facts.
And only one FA Cup in 6 years. Nearly £1 billion spent now. I don't want to hear nothing about starting.
No finals. No finals.
No finals since then. Yeah, no finals since then. Don't count the Community Shield. Don't want to hear it.
That style, what you've got to look at here, right? When you have these Arteta sexuals, right, it's the same argument all the time. That's all they can argue with. They've got no facts. They've got no reason. Yeah, they come out the same old bullshit. Yeah, it's like, well, he's done this, he's done that, he's done this. Well, no, that's not true. Actually, he hasn't improved shit, really. Tell me one player that his manager's improved, right? So you come out with the same old bollocks. Oh, he's done this, he's done that. You know what I mean? And this Muppet here now, he's come back again. Oh, the trophies will come. Well, when?
Oh, the trophies will come, yeah. When I'm like 40 years old, I'm 30 now, so that's 10 years later. If this manager's still here, I'll still be waiting, mate. Don't worry about that.
They come out the same bullshit because they've got no facts, they've got no reason to actually make a comment. So that makes them deluded Muppets. If you can come with me, Peter, right? I'd listen to you. I'd debate with you. I'd get you in line with me and we'd debate about it. But you talk crap because you've got no facts and reason. You've got nothing to argue with. Because all you sit there and say, oh, well, second, we come second. Oh, we come second again. Well, yeah, great, fantastic. One of the greatest English managers in history, Brian Clough, won back-to-back European trophies. You won't remember it, Peter, you weren't born. He said, coming second is first loser. There you go. Nothing more can be said about it.
During that time that you had to win the league to qualify for the Champions League. Whereas now, it's not even fourth anymore, it's fifth.
Fifth.
knowing
Madness.
the standards. He won't turn up, Jez. As much as we all want to, chop him up, metaphorically speaking, like,
Of course.
they won't turn up.
YouTube.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, for legal
YouTube.
reasons. You know what I'm saying?
YouTube.
You know what I'm saying? For legal, metaphorically, context. We hear that all the time. Context, right? Yeah, they won't turn up. The reason why the likes of a gal, and it's mainly a gal that turns up, not just because he's got a channel, but at least in my opinion, I think he enjoys the drama. He enjoys the back and forth of the shouting and shit like that. He kind of gets off of it in a way.
And the spotlight. And the spotlight.
Yeah.
And the spotlight. Yeah.
100%. So other than him, and maybe a few others, maybe, but he's the only one consistently that I can think of. The rest of them, it's just
sometimes I know. Sometimes,
and that's it. And that's it. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? If you would you put your mortgage, if you have a mortgage, would you put your life savings on this manager winning a trophy? And I'm just talking League Cup. I'm not talking about Premier League or Champions League or even the FA Cup. Would you put your whole life on Arteta winning the League Cup this season? You won't. But I will with mine in terms of the opposite happening. Because I've been saying it, we won't win nothing else with this manager. He won once with no fans, COVID champion, water break champion and all of that. Yeah. And that's as good as she wrote. That is literally as good as she wrote. Got rid of all of the players, including Pepe, who played in that final, Kieran Tierney, who played in that final, was wicked in that final, alongside others, because Saka weren't playing, Martinelli weren't playing, even though they were there at the time. Got rid of Aubameyang after he slapped him up. So it's this is what we're dealing with, people. This is exactly what we're dealing with. Low IQ, bottom feeders, bottom dwellers, lip servers. What is it? Shanice. Your mouth is moving a lot. Like
a rat.
Yappa. Shut it, please. But this is what we're dealing with, man. This is what we're dealing with. These same fucking mutants, time and time again. All the only difference is they have different names and different avatars, profile pictures, whatever you want to call it. That's it. Other than Igal, and we know why he's doing what he's doing. But at the same time, I've seen a clip of him wanting Arteta out at one point in time, and he knows it. He knows it.
And then move the goalpost.
Yeah. Trust me. When Arteta gets potted, whenever that may be, that clip will resurface across YouTube and across all other socials. Trust me, I'll be here for that. We will be there. So don't go anywhere, people. Don't go anywhere. And chilling and just waiting for this to all blow over and unfold at the same time. It's mad.
Egal does it for views and likes and clicks, right? He talks absolute. He's a nice fella. Let's put it right. He's a nice fella. He just talks absolute bollocks. He got absolutely roasted last night.
Yeah, right? I saw that.
25 questions. He couldn't answer one. Yeah, you want to sit there and pontificate that you know all about Arsenal. Well, you just embarrass yourself beyond belief. I would never, ever, ever attempt to say the shit that he talks about if I don't know the answer. And he didn't. He couldn't answer one thing. He was taken to the cleaners. But he'll go with it because you know what's happening, right? He's going to get loads and loads of views.
Facts.
So at the end of the day, that's what he's doing it for. He's not doing it because he actually loves Arsenal. He doesn't know anything about Arsenal. I've questioned him and caught him out so many times. So, when you got a Muppet will come out about RVP coming through the academy. Really? Calling from Feyenoord.
Yeah.
Really?
Facts.
Okay, mate. Well done.
Adebayor and all of them, man, innit? Adebayor didn't come through our academy. You know what I'm saying? It's basic knowledge. It's basic knowledge.
And that is when I've got no respect because, if people can sit there and have a proper debate with me about Arsenal, right? And I can talk about a lot of other clubs as well. I've watched all these years, 57 bloody years of watching football and Arsenal teams, and Liverpool, Man United, Man City, God knows who. I can debate about, I don't know about them clubs in the depth I know about Arsenal. But when you come out, these people come out of all this bullshit, man. Anyway, let's move it on, because it looks like there's businesses.
Let's move it on. But breaking news, Jez. EZE has signed. Well, agreement in place, right? Agreement in place.
Yeah.
And after the game, he's gonna have his medical.
Mm.
It was something I want to ask you guys something, yeah, because this one's a sticky one, by the way. What did Berta do so far? Big up Paris Mandem, yeah, he's against Berta. He's Berta out. I don't know how. Paris Mandem, you're harsh. You're like Northside, you're harsh. But I'm not. I'm giving him another year. But what did Berta do so far that's different? He gave 50% of remaining wages to Tomiyasu to end his contract, giving a new wage to Zinchenko, already on 90k and don't play, and 52 million for Madueke. I think you mean Trossard. I think you mean Trossard on that one. But
yeah, 50.
Yeah. But Jez, what's your thoughts on like Berta so far? Do you like what he did, or what's your thoughts?
I do. Right. I think what I think he's a sneaky fucker. I think what he's doing under the radar is very clever, to be honest. I think what he's doing, he's gradually undermining Arteta. I think it's obvious there's not a great love between the two. I think what Berta does and what he did, I was looking at some of this shit, right, he's done in the past in his previous club. He likes to play mind games big time, and he likes to do it his way, which I don't think is the Arteta way. So I wouldn't say it's a happy family ship there at all. And if you want my honest opinion on that, I like it, because that's what we need. We need somebody to come and rock it up a little bit. We need somebody to take Arteta down a peg and say, nah, we ain't doing it this way, mate. You're doing it my way now. And that is where I think will be the downfall of Arteta. There will come a point in time where them two just don't get it on, and Arteta will be shown the back door, and Berta will be there saying, see you later, mate. Bye-bye. Put the milk bottles out, turn the lights out, and piss off. But that's a good thing. That's a good thing. All the different things about 50% remaining wages to Tomiyasu, not a bad deal there, really, is it? He was forever injured. Need to get him out. Yeah, needed him out the door. Giving a new wage to Zinchenko, yeah, don't agree with that one personally. 52 mil for Madueke, not sure about that. That was a dodgy deal, in my opinion. But we always like to do dodgy deals with Chelsea, don't we?
Yeah,
that's what we do here. But if it's true, what I'm reading and looking and seeing, that Eze's coming over the line, I'm more than happy about that one. And that will be a major kick in the face of Spurs. And if it's a kick in the face of Spurs, I bloody love it.
Nah, fair enough. 100% I agree with you. I'm Berta in, by the way. But what's your thoughts on this, Natstar? What's your thoughts on Berta so far?
Yeah, you know me, bro. I've been a massive fan of Berta. You know, having to deal with Edu Sucks Toes and all of that, barbecue merchant, shrimp on the barbie and all of that shit, thinking he's like Australian. You know, Christian Vieri's got more Australian than fucking Edu. We know that. But I digress. Like, the truth of the matter is, what Berta is doing, and I'll echo kind of what Jez has been saying, is that he's playing a very clever, smart, sly game. He's a sly fox, that guy. He really is. He really is a sly fox. You know, however long it takes, he will get this manager out the door, and it will be him. But he's doing it in such a way where not all the fans turn on him in an instant, which not only takes cojones, but it takes brains, innit? Because we know this club is a circus. And I believe he knew exactly what he was walking into. Do you know what I'm saying? You mentioned it earlier, Jez, you know, whatever signings that we make, whatever's going on the pitch, Berta's reporting it to Josh Kroenke, which is kind of why Josh has brought him in. Not because necessarily we want to get better, you know, from their point of view anyway, not from mine or yours and the chat's point of view for the most part, but in terms of I want to know what goes on in and out when it comes to financial dealings with what goes on the pitch, and Berta is his middleman. So it's not like how it was before with Arteta and Edu buddying it up and all of that, and Josh, you know, like having a little like Three Musketeers kind of circle jerk haram kind of shit, whatever. Like, it's not that. This is different. This is Berta, proper CV, doing his job. You know, yes, there's things that I don't agree with in terms of the Madueke, but again, the Chelsea connection. You know, I'm glad he ripped up Tomiyasu's contract. I would have loved him to rip up Jesus's, but it's, again, that's more difficult. Havertz is now injured as well, so that won't happen either way, you know. And then Trossard getting a new deal, but then he brought Gyökeres in. You know, I don't agree with the Mosquera deal. Not a massive fan. We could have got better.
But he's better than Kivior, no? But
he's better than Kivior. He's better than Kivior, but not a million. Let's be real,
not
guys.
A million miles.
Miles better. He's just taller, faster, stronger. You know what I'm saying? Lee will know more because he watches La Liga on a regular. I don't. I'm not gonna chat shit and say I watch La Liga like I used to watch La Liga on a regular. I don't now, but you know, like for all intents and purposes, like I still think that we could have got someone better, like a Joachim Anderson, just as an example, that would have cost maybe 5-10 million more, but we know what we're going to get with him, and he's good on the ball. So he's probably more of an Arteta signing in terms of how he plays, not so much when it comes to personality-wise, but attribute-wise, maybe compared to a Mosquera. But Berta's looking at it long-term, and it's like, okay, he's not starting, but he's thinking, well, once Arteta goes, get a proper manager in, he can be a lot better. Maybe not like the finished article, but he can improve massively. So that's where he's looking at it, which is fair enough. Well, you know, I'm even though I'm Berta in, and I'm going to give him a year for sure. I mean, it's ridiculous to want him out now. Even like Northside, and there are others that are harsh.
Yeah,
you know,
the others are harsh. Yeah, but I understand why, because of the years and people are angry. So I understand.
Exactly,
yeah.
But with the EZE deal being, you know, done deal confirmed now, it just needs to be completed to get over the line, which looks like it is for all intents and purposes. Cool, that's another one. So basically, we got Gyökeres, EZE, you know, Mosquera. That's basically what, 3 out of the 7 or 8 signings in total that we know that are Berta signings, and the rest are Arteta's. Because, you know, I'm pretty sure Berta never wanted Kepa, Norgard, Madueke. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it for me, Berta's got a huge job on his hands, and he's been dropped in the shit. Even the most experienced DOF, technical director, whatever you want to call it, would struggle being at Arsenal Football Club, especially with this narcissistic ego, little man syndrome maniac running this football club, literally running this football club, worse than Wenger ever did. You know, like without the CV, without the credentials to back it up at any point. But the way I see it is like Berta is playing the long-term game. I want him, in my opinion, to play the short-term game, but I understand why he's not, because he's not only fighting Arteta and the rest of the board that don't give a shit. You know, you don't need any of us, especially Jez, with his wealth and experience,
to tell us that the board don't give a shit. We know this. Anyone that's a real Arsenal fan and understand, even to a basic level as I do, very basic level, how the club works, we know they don't give a shit. Josh is a little bit more concerned only because of, like, from a pride point of view. Because when it comes to winning, like, he's never really been that bothered. Like, his old man definitely doesn't give a shit. You don't know what day it is. He's on Joe Biden time, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? But with Berta, it's a bit different. Yeah, exactly. You don't know what fucking time it is now. Like, it is, which is why he handed it over to Josh. Not just for family reasons, but yeah, like, Berta is the shining light in this shower of shit circus clown show going on at this football club. And I believe if the longer we keep him and he actually gets backed with big decisions, not just transfers, we can finally move forward. Because what is it going to take? For Chelsea to win more, Man City and Liverpool to win more, for Tottenham to win another trophy? We can't allow for this shit to continue. You know what I mean? So Berta's basically here to stop the rot. And it is going to take time. But even the usual suspects are finding other reasons, narratives, agendas, excuses to be like, well, I'll back him. He's got the CV, but, if he doesn't do things this way or that way, or says things the way that, and we're not going to hear him say much, at least for this year anyway. But, like, for me, it's basically, it comes down to this ultimately. Like, in the next year or two, he needs to lower the wage bill while at the same time us delivering on the pitch. If we're not delivering on the pitch, he's going to have to make that decision, even if it's sooner than he would have liked. And I believe he's the only one that will make that decision, because Josh ain't going to make it. None of the board ain't going to make it, which is probably in part why Josh employed him in the first place, because he don't want to sack him. He don't want to be the one to sack him. Like, all these billionaires, they have each other on speed dial. You got Bowley, you got others, yeah? Like, he's probably getting clowned in the group chats. That's why I say it's a pride thing. And big up to Southern Gooner, Matt. He was saying that failure is expensive. And he's spot on. Failure is expensive. Josh knows this. And it's a sudden realization in his frame of thinking where it's just like, I've got to get people in that know exactly what the fuck they're doing. I'm still waiting for a few other people to be brought in with Berta to help him sort all this shit out, because he can't do it all on his own. You know what I'm saying? Well, we need some of his people to sort out this shit when it comes to the wages, and then in time, when it's time to make that key decision, to put Arteta and all of that and get a proper manager in, so then we can deal with what we've got in the short term, but then, out them, like, start pushing them out the door and getting some proper players, improving the youth academy even more than the few glimmers of hope, for want of a better word, that we have now with, the Max Doutmans, the Ethan White, Miles Lewis-Skelly, etc. So that's three.
Proper baller.
We can get more through our academy. He has the whole picture. Doesn't quite have the whole club in his hands because he's not Arteta. Not yet. In terms of, he doesn't have that power yet. But he has a hell of a lot of influence, and he's got the experience, and he's got the nous. He's got the capacity. Yeah? Whereas Arteta don't have it. He's got nada. So I'll bring it from long to short in terms of, to wrap it up. It's like, for me, Berta is doing the best that he can. I don't agree with every decision that he's made or he's been a part of, especially with the signings. But in the next year, I want to see him maybe rip up a couple of more contracts or make a few deals where we lose a bit of money for, like, Jesus, like in January, for example. Even if it's like 10 mil, get him off the wage bill. Havertz, get him off the wage bill because he ain't good enough. He's finished. Maybe even a few other surprises like Ben White, get him out the door, bring another right back in as an example. There's options.
Now, talking about Havertz, it was the next segment we will go into. Probably wrap up after that.
I've got a minute, mate. I've got 2 or 3.
No problem. No problem. You want to tell us any last words? Jezza, because I was just going to ask you, Havertz injury. I just want your thoughts on the whole situation.
Well, look, you know, I'm not surprised. We've got 2 or 3 players out there right now that aren't fit. Rice doesn't look fit. Saka was jumping out of tackles at the weekend. He don't look confident and fit. Havertz is broken down. Hope it's nothing too serious for him. But we don't want that. We don't want that. He's not my favourite player, but I don't want him having to go more surgery and everything. That's never good. That's never good. That's, you know, that's not what we want to see. But at the end of the day, look, this manager has overplayed players because it's his fault. And the reason it's his fault, last year we had too weak a squad. And he knew it, because at the start of this window, he said, we need a bigger squad. So 1 week you're saying, well, last season, he said, I don't need a big squad. Now he's this season, at the start of this window, I need a bigger squad. Because he knew these players are going to break down. I said last night on Northside's, sorry, on Lee's channel, beg your pardon. Once again, we're 2 to 3 players away from capitulation. And, within 24 hours, Havertz has gone down. Not my favourite player. I don't think he's the greatest player, but I don't want to see it. He can do a decent job. So here we go again. Round and round and round, boys. Round and round and round. You know, it's like you can't make it up, can you? But we'll see. Let's hope. Let's end this on a positive, right? Let's end it on a positive. If it's factually true, after the Palace game, EZE's having a medical at Arsenal, fantastic, fantastic, and that makes me really, really happy. But on that, gentlemen, I've got to bounce. But Rachid,
big up, Jezza.
As always, mate. Thank you. Invite me on your channel. Nat Star, great to be chatting with you again. Always love chatting. Always love chatting with you, mate. But anyway, gentlemen, I've got to bounce out because I'm getting nagged from the boss. And
fair enough.
You know, it's like it don't work, does it?
No.
But catch you all, but later, boys. See you later. Take care.
All the best.
Take care.
Yeah, but Nats, we were talking about Havertz injury right now, and there's search for a striker's just going to begin. How would you deal with this situation? Do you know what I'm saying? If it's up to you, but what's your thoughts as well about the whole situation?
Yeah, I mean, he broke down last season, didn't he? That was the Dubai trip.
Dubai, yeah.
I'm a regular. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, these fuckers love a Dubai trip. You know what I'm saying?
They do.
Yeah. Why not go Qatar? Or better yet, because I've actually been to this place. Why not go Oman? Oman's a lovely place. I've actually been not for like 10 years, but I'd rather them go there. Just away from it all. Oman is not. It's not Qatar. It's not Dubai. Definitely not. Nowhere near Dubai.
It's not popular. It's not popular away from everyone else.
It's a lot cleaner than people think, and their facilities and resources is still top tier, and they will have places where they can train and all of that. That the resources are there. Don't get it twisted. Do you know what I'm saying? So, as an example, like, why not go there, or why not go elsewhere in the world? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, but despite that, for me, you know, this manager has run all of these players into the ground. So even if all of them aren't like
injured now, they'll be injured
right now. Yeah, none of them are 100% fit. Jez is spot on. He reckons 3. I reckon there's more than that. I'd say there's at least 7. I say there's at least 7, because how long is Gabriel going to last? Because he came back from an injury.
Yeah.
You know, Ben White's already broken down. Declan,
Ben White, Gabriel, Declan, Saka.
Havertz is already, you know, like, and
Havertz
then
is already gone.
Timber's
Gabriel
recovering.
Jesus again.
Yeah. Martinelli, he's had his injuries before, even though he's been shocking. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then wait till some of the new players, because if we get Gyökeres injured, Mosquera, any of them, man, even Madueke, Noni, more like Noddy, as shit as he is, bro. Like, it's long. It's long for all of us. Do you know what I'm saying? It's long.
No, it's long.
But it's his fault. And it lands on his head. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, this guy has made a rod for his own back. You know, cut his nose off to spite his face. Like, this guy never learns. So, with the whole Havertz breaking down, it's no surprise. And to answer your other part of the question, you know, who would I bring in, or what I think will happen with the striker? I don't think right now, because you look at, like, I'll drop a name in it, Dovbyk, in it, because he was at Roma at the start of last season, innit?
Mm-hmm.
I think he's still at Roma. Yeah, he would be a great addition. Shorloff, I rate him. You know, he can be a little bit hit and miss in front of goal, but in terms of the fundamentals, you know, he's good. He's class,
and he won't be playing week in, week out. Remember, he's second.
Yeah,
he's second choice.
And I don't rate Jonathan David that highly, but we missed out on getting him for a free. You know, market.
Where did he go? Where did he go?
I'm not sure. I can't remember. Like, because Jonathan Tah was on a 3 centre back. He went to Bayern Munich. I know that.
Oh, that's a good centre back.
Yeah. And again, another market opportunity, Rachid. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you know, if we're not going to go out and buy strikers or buy any more players, fine. Internal solutions. Remember that one, guys? Internal solutions. Look within the youth academy, because apparently I hear a few of them saying Per Mertesacker's doing an incredible job. Okay, so why is it only just Max Dowman this season? Why was it only Ethan and Mars Lewis Skelly the season before in that? You know what I mean?
Because it's so hard to break into the first team.
It shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be, because it's not that hard.
Injuries, and like no one's 100%. Odegaard's another one. Don't be surprised if he breaks down, even though he'll dock out of some challenges later on, like Lee was saying. Saka's already doing it, and I don't blame him. You know,
Do you think he'll put Martinelli as a 9?
He should, but he won't. He won't, because he knows that if he puts Martinelli up front and he starts doing better, which I think he would if he plays him there, then people will ask too many questions. Even the top gooners. He can't.
Why did it take so long?
He can't have his followers, his loyal subjects, his servants, questioning him in any way, shape, or form. He can't allow it, because that means that his time will be nigh.
Timing's off.
Way off, man, way off. All of those names that I've mentioned, like 3 strikers, and then obviously internal solutions, and I'm not even talking about Moreno or Calafiore. I don't think we'll do the.
You know that's going to be Moreno. You know it's going to be Moreno, right?
Yeah. It's going to be Moreno. He won't do Martinelli. When Jesus comes back, he'll be on the left, as he should have been anyway, or on the right as backup. You know, because he was doing that for Pep at City. Like it's all long for man. Like, you know, like at the end of the day, right? These people don't understand how bad we are. Like, the performances will match the results sooner rather than later, which is why I've been saying, like, with this Havertz injury, granted, okay, positive, we're getting Eze through the door. About fucking time, innit? You know, like.
Why did it take so long?
Yeah, why did it take so long? We could have signed him 2 months ago.
But what does Havertz got to do with Eze anyway?
Yeah,
Eze ain't a striker, right? Am I bugging?
Neither is Marino.
Neither is Havertz.
The one striker that we do have is playing out left wing, stinking it out, because he can't do the tracking back no more. Bukayo Saka ain't tracking back no more, and I don't blame him. You know, he's being run into the ground, being flogged like a dead horse. Like, what are we doing here? Like, this guy, right, is going to get a rude awakening. Like, all these teams that we come up against, even the likes of Leeds, don't get it twisted. Sunderland will be a problem. Home and away.
Yeah.
Even without Granit Xhaka being there, trust me, Granit Xhaka will score against us. Do you know what I'm saying? Or
why is he injured?
provide
He's there.
what I call a key assist. Do you know what I'm saying? On a play, in it,
Yeah.
whether it's a diagonal or he whips the ball in, something like that. Trust me, there's going to be some shock results. Not to me, but we're going to struggle against every team we play until this manager gets potted. And, you know, we're in the Champions League. You got that. League Cup, we've got that. FA Cup after January, you know, unless he bins it in the third round, which, you know, don't be surprised. Like, we've got a lot of games in it. So does everyone else. But the difference is other managers, even newly promoted, they'll manage their squads better. Even Burnley will manage their squads better. Which is why I say it won't be a dramatic decline, even with the tough fixtures that we've got at the moment. But the teams that we should beat, we won't beat, or we'll get draws, or we'll scrape a couple of wins, like you mentioned earlier. Do you know what I'm saying? But then we'll lose some games as well. So by the time it gets to Christmas, we'll be out of the title race for sure. And Champions League will be in doubt.
In doubt, yeah.
Big time. Big time, brother. Big time. So, I would love to be right and Jez and yourself to be wrong in regards to Arteta being potted. And you'd love to be wrong. But at the same time, it's like, look, if he's here for the rest of the season and then he gets potted, it is what it is. I always thought this season was a write-off anyway, even with the signings, because as long as this manager's here, we're going to get more injuries. Havertz is just the tipping point of this season. Ødegaard wants to play at the World Cup, but he can duck out all of the challenges. There's some challenges, there's some tackles you can't duck out of. Remember when he made you know, everyone's gassing up Ødegaard against Man United. Oh, but he nutmegged 2 players. Yeah, both of them were Bruno Fernandes shit, and he was shit the other day as well. And then Harry Maguire, no one rates either. So he made the 2 worst fucking players that they've got pretty much, yeah? And when he made Bruno Fernandes in the first half, yeah, and then Luke Shaw clamped him, gave him the proper central London fucking clamp. You owe us £200. If you know, you know, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. If you know, you fucking know. Yeah. Like, it was a heavy touch. Do you know what I'm saying? It was a heavy touch. It just goes to show technically he's not what you think he is. If that was Ozil, he would have got past Luke Shaw without that much effort, or any other player. Fabregas, you name it. Alexis Sanchez. You know, like Saka if he was fit. Martinelli if he was fit and on
technically
job.
Gifted players. Gifted players.
Yes,
yeah, I
yes,
bro.
Exactly.
No, 100%, man. 100%. Nats, I gotta go because there's a show after this, you know what I'm saying? And at 10 o'clock, that which we will be redirecting to. But yeah, just to say a little hello to Nico, big up Bradley, big up Paris Mandem, big up you know, big up everyone that's locked in. Big up Jared, big up Johan, DJ Frisky. You know what I'm saying? We didn't read a lot of comments because we couldn't, but big up Ryan. Ryan is saying, yeah, agreed, the fraud don't want EZE. Probably doesn't. He probably doesn't. Also, no point of getting jealous of Igal because he's blown up. We all know wind up, Jared. You all know wind up. Gyökeres became first choice because Sesko wanted a release clause. Facts. Let's not act like all of June. Yeah. But the thing is that you don't know if Berta was on board or not because Berta's giving him the benefit of the doubt. You know, the 1 year. You can't just come in straight away and sack him. I don't think he can do that. But he's gonna give him that 1 year and get him all the players that he wants, so he can turn around and be like, Mr. Mikel, we got you everybody you want. Like, what is the excuse now? The refs are on your side, apparently.
If we had fans like Man City, Liverpool, even Chelsea at this point, I reckon he would have already been gone, or he'd be definitely gone by Christmas, in it for sure, 100%.
100%.
Because of the fans that we got, there's still a good chance he could be gone by May, regardless, unless he wins the Champions League, at least in my eyes, anyway. But yeah, crack on, Rachid. And I know
Arteta, the best we've seen at Arsenal now. You're joking. You haven't watched anyone, have you? Do you guys think the fraud wants EZE, or is Berta overruling him like the girl? No. The people want EZE. Do you know what I'm saying? The people want EZE. That's what it is. And you got to sell the people sometimes, even if you're king. You got to sell the people sometimes. Give them little crumbs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Gyökeres.
Gyökeres as well. Give them little crumbs and make
Miguel
them
wanted
feel so.
Gyökeres. We have the clips. Do you know what I'm saying? It's there. It's there. The evidence is there. You know what I mean? Like,
And make them feel so happy that you got Gyökeres. Like, why should I be so happy? You should have got me Rodrigo by now. What are we doing here? Do you know what I'm saying? What are we doing here? He's not nice, but he's disingenuous. Oh, you're talking about, okay, fair enough. You're talking about a girl here. Yeah, man. Hey, listen, let's get out of here. Nats, tell us what you got coming up, man. And thanks for coming on, bro. Always, man. Always a vibe with you, bro. Always a vibe.
Likewise, man. Likewise, man. Big up each and every single time, because at least at this point, anyway, that and Aaron as well. You guys are basically the only ones that will invite me whenever I can come on stream. Innit? Pause. Like for me, Friday, probably either Friday evening or during the day, I will have a preview. I'll probably do it live. Do you know what I'm saying? Half an hour, maybe a bit more, because the Mac and StreamYard as well is working a little bit better. You see now I'm not lagging as much as I was before, you know, so whatever's happened, because I know I've got top quality enough internet, you know, I've got the Berta internet, but I've got the Arteta hardware. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it's just not functioning like it should. You know what I'm saying? But like but still
it takes time.
It takes time. It takes time. 100%, bro. But yeah, Natster official, NATSTER. You know them ones there, right here, right now. Fatboy Slim settings. You know, just living life, enjoying doing what I got to do. I will have a stream on Friday. There will be a match reaction that will most likely be a video that I'll be recording on my phone, like I did with the Man United game on Sunday. I'll try and not do it as late as before, you know, but trying to be more consistent, especially with the season starting now. There's no more major rugby because I was covering the Lions and all of that earlier. Go check that out as well if you watch a bit of Ruggers and that. But yeah, it's mainly just going to be Arsenal from here on out. You know, Natster official on Instagram as well as YouTube. So it's all there. You know, check out my channel, follow me on Insta if you want, and yeah, onwards and upwards. And it still stands. Yeah, when a Lego head gets potted, whenever that is, rave settings, bruv. Rave settings. Yeah. I'll put it out on my story, or I'll put a post. I won't disclose locations and all of that. Don't get it twisted. But we'll sort something out, innit? We'll sort something out. I'll be doing it even on my ones if I have to. I don't care. But when he's gone, we'll be celebrating, rightfully 100%. So. So I can't wait. So Arteta out. Do you know what I'm saying? You know, I still need to get that cap. You know,
shout out, man. Shout out, man.
Each and every single time. But yeah, that's just it. And then I'll have some stuff next week, you know, like preview for like Liverpool and all of that. So yeah, looking forward to it, man. You know, just
look forward, bro. That's what we're talking about. Yeah. Just let it all burn. Let the whole thing burn. You know what I'm saying? Throw a little cigarette out.
Yeah, my blood pressure's good. You know, I'm just waiting till the inevitable. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna happen.
100%. Sub, big up Nats. Like and sub people, bro. Like and sub to the real ones, bro. Natstar's a movie, bro. Trust me.
Yeah.
Big up, man. I swear to God. Nah. You made it lit today, and thank you very much for joining us. Thank you for everybody that liked and subbed. And yeah, hope you enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? And we move. We're gonna go to Tough Talk right now, and I'm saying North Side. So we're gonna go raid North Side again. And yeah, man, Rachid raid on the way. Big up to everyone that's locked in, and we're out, people. Everybody out.